database.
Yes, of course, I changed the database. Still, I wasn't able to see.
Sanjit,
Yeah.
I'll show you what you need to do. Can you share your screen, Sanjit?
Yeah. Just give me a minute. I'll just.
Okay, in Pop SQL, you know what happens is, if you don't, okay.
Let me see where I'll put. Yeah, this is the one.
Okay, so just do a select star from loans. No, you don't have to create any table. You do not have to create any table.
I am going to it only. I had done it earlier. So I just wanted to see what happens. Just a moment.
You know what I will tell you? Create like a new tab, like a
okay.
Close this.
Okay.
Yeah. Now do a select star. From customers. Yeah, don't press a tab there, okay? Because that's where people would do wrong. If you end up pressing tab for the first one, you know what this would do is that it would actually pick this customer's table from the credit card
DB.
Okay.
And to avoid that confusion, you could have written the database name as well before it, like loans_new.customers.
Okay. So like you're saying I should have put
from loans_new.customers.
Okay. This is how?
Yeah.
Okay, this was said.
But can we use loan database loan._new?
Actually, here again in Pop Skills, what we discussed yesterday, right? That each connection file is for a specific database. So there's no need to use.
Okay, for workbench we can use that in first line, and then we can go for that select star from customer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, now I can see. Okay, I'll do this part too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Okay.
I have one question, Pratik. How to round off the full column? Like here we have to write select loan amount multiply by 14500.45, as we have to select that. If you want to select a full column, means row, to round off.
Ooh, okay, wait. I got confused in your question. Round off meaning? What do you mean by round off?
We have round to one digit for decimal, that round up.
Okay,
right?
okay, got it. So if you notice here, guys, yesterday, so okay, let's take step-by-step approach, okay? So one question is that how to convert the date column, which is in text, to date data type. And the second question is how to round off, right? How to round values. Right, Ashish?
Right.
And anything else that you guys would like to discuss?
Yeah, numerical calculations, if you could show one or two.
Sure.
Also, this roundup thing and round down thing, I have I have typed the script in a different way, but it's not working. I just wanted to know if that is correct or not. And for some lines, it's not executing or showing the table, although it's showing as a green tick below, but it's not showing the data output window.
Okay.
So I've noted down.
We will
And
check.
one more thing I want to ask is, in this command you have written that round this as a new account. So while creating, it shows the account, but it doesn't save that account, a new
Yeah.
column, right?
It's okay. Alias.
These are
Right.
called as column alias.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how
Yes.
do we use that?
It shows that account, but after that we use select star from customer, then it disappear. So
Okay.
it is not fixed.
Let me take a step-by-step approach first. And you know what I'm going to do is that because literally I have received very few submissions, guys. Okay, and we will send a report today as well, who all have not submitted of the practice assignments. But I want to make sure that this is the beginning, you know. So I I want to make sure that everybody is following what we are talking about here. So yesterday I had given you access to a database which contained two tables.
So Pratik, I have shared on Genpact ID, not on your personal email ID.
I know.
ID.
That's fine. I mean, I get that report.
Okay.
Database was loan_new.
Yeah. Right, and there was this table, right, and of course we had the other tables as well. But if you notice here, there is okay, no, not here. So if you notice the select star from loans, there is a column here called as application date, right, everybody?
Right.
Now this is a problem. The reason why it is a problem is that if I describe this table,
It shows the text.
it shows us as text. If you notice, application date is text, and it is right to show this as a text because when we imported the data, the date column was given in this format: dd-mm-yyyy. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, guys?
It
Yes,
should be
that it will be
YY.
YY and
Yeah.
right.
See, what happens is a lot of times when you're working with the data, right, the input data is dirty. Dirty meaning it is not as expect. I mean, it is not in the format that we are expecting it, right? So then this kind of a transformation becomes part of something we call it as data massaging or data cleaning. Okay, we know that the default format that MySQL understands the date is YYYY-mm-dd. Is this right, everybody?
Right, brother.
Right? So somehow we have to take the data which is given here, take the date data which is given here, and we have to translate year into year, year into MySQL year, month into MySQL month, and day into MySQL month. So we have to do that translation. And for such a translation, we will use an inbuilt function. Instead of writing everything, writing all these code manually, we will actually use a function called as string to date. You see, guys, what happens is just like in Excel, we have a lot of functions available. Similarly, and functions are what? Functions are predefined bunch of codes which are supposed to do some transformation, some computation for us and give us result. So we will also use here in this case a function called as string to date to transform the data to translate this data and say that this is year, this is month, and this is day. Is it making sense, everybody?
Okay.
Yes.
Now, how do we do that? There are a couple of steps we will perform. Okay. And I have the codes with me. But I'm not going to share this code with you right now. You will do what I tell you to do. Okay. Now, the first thing is we have imported the data and everything. That's fine. Now, yeah, the entire history is given here. And how we use this function string to date is also given in this link, which I'm going to share with you. Now, we will use the loans underscore new. That's what we are using. Okay, these are the tasks that we will perform. We will add a new column called as app date into the loans table. Okay. Then we will extract the date, which is stored as text in the application date column. We will extract the date, which is stored as text in the application. Somebody had a question? No? All right. Good. So then we will convert this date as stored as text into the date by using string to date function. And then we will update the new app date column with the converted date. Did you understand this? So we are essentially creating, and I'm putting in the chat window as well. We are essentially creating a new date column called as app date, and the data type of that column will be what?
That's correct.
No,
date.
No, date.
Update.
So can you create a column called as app date? Which statement will help us create that column? And I want to ask specific people, okay? Because I know that some people are over enthusiastic and some are just watching it as a good Hollywood movie. Dhirendra, are you there, Dhirendra? You there, Dhirendra?
Dhirendra, can you hear it, Prateek?
Dhirendra is not there.
Let
Okay.
me tell him.
Imran, you there?
Yes, I'm there.
All right, Imran. So what do you think, which command will help us create this new app date column, Imran?
Hello.
Yeah, Imran, which command in SQL, or my question is, how do we create a new column called as app date?
By create command.
Nahi, yaar. Because the table we create command is used for creating a database and creating tables. But if
Okay.
the table already exists, because remember, we are trying
So
to
we
create.
use insert.
Nahi yaar, Imran. I know thoda sa confusing hai.
Mhm.
Remember, for any changes to the existing table, we use
Okay. Alter.
alter. So alter with drop. Oh, sorry, alter with add.
Add.
Right? So, all right. So we'll write alter table loans. Add. What are we adding? Column. And what is the name of the column?
App data.
App date, and the data date. Clear, guys?
Yes.
So when I run this statement, I get this. Okay, you guys please don't run it because you will also get the same thing. Don't run it on this table, okay? Because I've already made this change in this table. Now, so we've added.
Prateek, in ideal scenario, will this command show the output?
No, why will it? What output will it show? What do you think this should show, Faisal?
So basically, it has added a date column, app date column.
Yeah.
In the table.
Yeah.
And we have to see whether it's got added or not.
Okay, so then there are a couple of ways to do that. You can describe the table. See, it's here.
Yes. So I'm facing the same issue with the assignment that you have given me. Although with your command it's showing, but when I type it and run it, it does not show. It just says that 367 rows are activated or something like that.
Where?
In your loan
No,
table.
for which statement, Faisal? Are we saying for the alter statement?
So no, for the for filtering out. So
For select statement?
yeah, the for select statement.
No, for select statement, suppose if I write select star from loans, right? So this will show you, this will extract all the rows from the table. So it's extracting all the rows and it's going to show you 367 records returned.
Yes, but for me, in some of the cases, it's not showing. I can message you.
Okay. See, I mean, let's say this alter statement is not supposed to show you anything.
Okay. Okay.
Enough. Any delete statement, drop statement, they're not going to show you anything. So if I
Okay.
look at this, right, this will not show you anything, 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 this will also not show anything, only this will show.
Okay. So for that, we have to either describe or select.
Yeah, describe, I mean, you understand logic, right? Describe is, you're basically describing the table metadata, right?
Yes. So the command that I was trying to write is this one, and it is showing, it does not show anything, even though it's a select statement.
It may so happen that there are no, let's say,
It says that 367 rows something message, and there is a green tick over there.
okay, no worries, I will come to it.
Okay, okay, got it.
Yes, Sitaram, the same command, alter table, add column, add date.
Okay, thanks, Pratik.
And Sitaram, I'll make a note that Chanchal also make a note, please, that we will share the commands, equivalent commands for MS Access separately, Sitaram.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
I have it, all the commands for MS Access as well.
So Pratik, this command, alter command, this will create another column.
Yeah.
Right? And will this only convert to the, it will transcript?
Nothing, it
Translate?
just nothing. It is very simple. It has just added a new column. That's about it.
Okay.
Nothing else. Yeah. Now the next task that we want to perform is extract the date which is stored as text in the application date column. How can we extract the date? Let me ask Shikhar. Are you there, Shikhar?
Yes.
How do we extract that particular column? The application date column.
How can we extract
applications date columns values? That means, how do we read the data which is there, read and show the data which is there in the application date column in the loans table?
by select?
Good. By select, what should I write?
Select a string from, or we can write that. Oh, sorry, Pratik. Select application date, we can also write.
Absolutely right. So it will select, it will extract the application date, right, Shikhar?
Yes.
Now, Shikhar, the next task that we want to perform is convert this date stored as text into date by using this function called as string to date. Now let me show everybody what this string to date function is supposed to do. What string to date function does is that, and in fact, I will go online just to show you.
Pratik, I have a question, Abhinav.
Yeah.
Pratik, we do have extract function as well. Why we cannot use extract function to extract date from?
Naveen, extract doesn't work in MySQL workbench or in Pop SQL. Extract,
Okay.
Naveen, will work in Google's BigQuery. I mean, where have you used extract here in MySQL work? I mean, this
No,
client.
I haven't used. I was just checking, so that's why I asked.
So extract is a equivalent function for Google's BigQuery.
Okay.
Now look at this, huh? Look at this function here, string to date, August space 10 space 2017. And then some parameters are given here. What do you think is happening here? What is happening here?
By percent sign they are converted.
Shikhar, what do you think?
So it is converting the date which is in string format to DDM MMDD by format, I believe.
And tell me, Naveen, what is the meaning of this percentage M here?
Percentage M is
A wild character,
used
I believe.
Nahi. What is happening is, see, first August is given in full, month is given in full, right?
Yeah.
So
Indexing.
this percentage M will translate this month into MySQL month parameter. So it's like saying, it's like this. Suppose in English we have written, suppose in Hindi we have written, Hindi I've written, मुझे आम पसंद है, right? So what do we write? So I mean, my Hindi is bad. I mean, I forgot how to write. Anyway, let's say I, right? So my point is that suppose if this we are translating this word into English, so we'll say that this means this, isn't it? And
Yeah.
to say means mango, isn't it? So here what we are trying to say is that the first thing means month, and month in complete form, like complete text form. And then this date is given here percentage small d, which means date is given in 2 digits. And then this year is given in full 4 digits. So percentage capital Y, which basically means here it's given in 4 digits. Is it making sense?
But Pratik, date will always be 2-digit only, right?
Date will
It is also full.
Sorry, Imran, can you come back? Date will always be
No,
what?
I'm saying yes, date will always be 2 digits only, right? So it is also full. So can't we write a capital D?
Yeah, actually, Imran, good point. But a lot of times we also write date like this: first, second, third. Do you understand, Imran?
Okay.
So that is why capital D is reserved for that.
Okay.
See, I'll show you.
So Pratik, what denotes small y and small y and small m?
Coming to it. If you notice here, small d here represents day of the month in numeric, and capital D here represents the day of the month as a numeric value followed by suffix like first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. I get a point.
Okay.
Yes.
And percentage, capital M means month name in full, and small m meaning month as numeric value. Similarly, percentage capital Y means year as a numeric, 4 digit. Small y, year in 2 digits. Right? Do you need to remember all these things? No. As long as you know that there is something called a string to date function available, and the general syntax is that first we give the input date which is in text, and then we map the input date or translate the input date with the help of these format. Any question?
No,
No.
Pratik.
Thank you. Now, what do you think? Pradeep, are you there, Pradeep? Pradeep, are you there? Pradeep?
Pradeep, can you hear? Can you hear me? Let me call him. Pradeep and Dhiren.
Yeah. Okay. Abhishek, what do you think? I mean, what do I do? Say, for example, here from loans, we know that we have got application date, which will show me the application date like this. What should be my string to date function here to convert this application date into MySQL date parameters?
Sorry.
Vinay, you can go.
Percentage small d.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, what was that?
Percentage small d.
So first I will write application date here, the text value, right? Then I will put under pair or double quotes. What should I write first? Percentage?
Percentage small d.
Arey, Imran, why are you responding? I asked Abhishek.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Abhishek, so small d, what else, Abhishek? Hyphen will come like hyphen only. Abhishek bhai, are you there?
Pratik is there. I mean, Pradeep is there. Sorry. So you can
Hey.
ask.
Hi, Pradeep.
Yeah, hi, Pratik.
Sorry. So Pradeep, we were talking about string to date function, Pradeep.
Correct.
Did you understand, Pradeep, what we were talking about? Why we were talking about string to date?
Actually, I am not understanding much. I am again referring to the recording, Pratik, every day. Because in this programming, I'm not getting that much understanding on the programming skills.
Okay, Pradeep, I mean, okay. Okay, I would have loved it if you would have told me. The idea is, Pradeep, if you tell me, I will make it because that's my job to convert this technical things into something that anybody can understand, Pradeep. So okay, let's see where are we in the journey? I mean, learning journey. What all have you done so far by recording, Pradeep?
So we have started SQL, right? Yesterday in SQL, we are working on how to extract data from loan data and loan DB data. We are trying to extract the data from that particular DC.
So just tell me what is happening here, Pradeep. What will this query
We
be?
are trying to fetch the data application date for the particular loan account.
Absolutely. And this is how it's going to look like, right, Pradeep?
Correct.
Now, the problem is when we describe the table, when we describe the loans table, then we got to know that application date is stored as the data type as text. I get the point, Pradeep.
Okay, yes.
But application date should ideally be stored as what? As date, right?
Date format.
Right? So now, for that, in order to make that change, the strategy that we said was that we will add a new column called as app date, and the data type of that column will be date, Pradeep.
Okay. So the next line that we'll have to type it, or
no, we actually did that a little while ago. So we created this column called as, with the help of alter statement.
Okay, understood. Yeah.
Date data type, right? Now, but this column right now, if you look at this, this column right now is null, right, Pradeep? The new column that we just created, right? Now, how do we get this data from application date, which is storing the text, which is storing the date as text, into app date in a format that MySQL understands, which is YYYY-MM-DD. I get it, Pradeep?
Yes.
So that is where the string to date function comes into the picture. You have used functions in Excel, right, Pradeep?
Correct.
So this string to date function is a very handy function for converting the date which is stored as text into MySQL recognizable date format. Okay. So let's say the two parameters for this function are these. The first is the date stored as string, Pradeep.
Okay.
Right. The second is, how is that date storing the text? I mean, how is that, let's say, application storing the date parameters in which format, right? And that is where this kind of a format comes into the picture, and which is what we are talking about here. That, let's say, if I use string to date to convert application date which is stored as text, I'll put it over here, into MySQL recognized format. So if you notice, the first two digits are what? The date, right?
Date and month.
And no, the first two digits are date.
Date, yes.
31. So I will write %d, which in a sense means that please consider the first two digits as date.
Okay.
And then hyphen is as it is hyphen.
%m.
And then after that, the next two digits are month, right? So I'll write %m.
Okay.
Right? And then again a hyphen.
Percentage
right?
Y.
And %Y. The reason why I'm giving capital Y and not small y is that if the input date, that means the date where it's stored as text, contains 4 digits for year, then we write capital Y.
Okay.
And the description of all these parameters are given here. When you go to Google and search just MySQL string to date function, you will get this link. Okay. But the first link is the best link. In general, this is a very good portal, W3 Schools. Back in late 90s, since in late 90s, I've been following this website, okay? Of course, they have transformed so much since then. But anyway, so this gives you the format as well, So if you notice here, Pradeep, you'll find %y, which is year as numeric, right? 2-digit value, and %capital Y if the year is 4-digit value.
4-digit value, right.
So when I do this, if I run this statement now, this select statement will only extract the data, will not make any changes to the table, will only read the data out. So if I select this and I run it, then it gives me the date in, or translates the date into MySQL understandable format. Did you see this, Pradeep?
Okay, yeah.
Did everybody understand so far what it has done?
Yes, Pradeep.
Yeah. But has it, the next question is, has this select statement created a new column in the loans table and saved this value?
No.
No.
We have to alter.
It's a kind of a temporary
output. It's just an output. That's nothing else. Okay. Now,
so I think I have a question here.
Yeah.
So the format we have to write down for string to date function shall be matching with the data type we are storing, and it will automatically convert to the YY. Yes.
Shall be matching with the input date. These.
Right. Exactly. And it will automatically print the output in the YY MMDD format in SQL. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Now, next question, last question for this thing is, how do I save this output's value into which column?
Application date.
App date.
App date column.
Okay,
Remember,
sorry.
application date column is text column, but we created an app date with the date data type.
Yeah.
Right? How do we update the app date column's value with this value?
Sorry, Pratik, can you please repeat?
Yeah. Which part do you want me to repeat, Vikas?
The app date, like I don't understand, like the saving part to save the date.
No, you know that we created a new column called as app date, right?
Right.
in the loans table, and the data type for app date column was date.
Date.
Now, right now the app date column is null. Nothing, it has no value.
Yeah, right.
Now, what I want to do is, I want to update this column value with the output of this function.
String to date. Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So, my question then is, what is the statement which will help us update the column value?
Would running the inner query on the function works?
Yeah. You can use function, I mean, inside another. I mean, we have used function here.
No, I
The
mean,
alter
rather
with
than using the update query, if we write down select the function, then inner query select the app date from the table, comma the format, would it still work the same?
Remember, the command that we learned, which updates the data in an existing
Is
table,
update, right?
date, isn't it? So we will use the same update, right? Which table are we updating?
Loans.
In which column are we setting to what value?
Application date.
Application date.
App
App
date.
date.
App
App
date.
date.
app date.
Equals to
Application date.
app date equals to take value, Control C, put it over here. Can you go on mute? Sorry.
But Prateek, this app date is not a part of the table. Oh, or is it?
We created it, right, Faisal?
Now it is actually.
Oh, yes, we have created it. Okay. The data is not there. Yeah.
Yes. So now, if I update this, now it's giving me an error. You're using a safe update mode and you try to update a table without a key column. Why am I getting this error, guys?
Safe mode is
Because you are updating, whenever we update and delete, so we get it.
Without any specific criteria.
We need to disable the safe
Set
mode.
safe mode.
SQL safe update equals 0.
0.
And Pradeep, yesterday you have said if we set the primary key, then this safe update will come or not?
Won't. If you are using, let's say if this column was a primary key column. I mean, so if you're using, if you're updating without any where clause, of course you'll get that problem, that prompt. And if you're using, if you're not using any of the primary key columns as part of set or anything, or in the where clause, then also you get that. Vivek, can you go on mute, please? Sorry, unless you have a question. Yeah, thank you, Vivek. All right, sorry, what was that, Ashish?
No, nothing.
All right, thank you. All right, select star from loans. If I run this statement now, if you notice, now we have an update column. Is it making sense?
Yes.
All right, good.
So can't we change existing column? Means it was text. Can't we
Problem
change that?
Ashish, what is the problem is change करने का मतलब, what we'll have to do, Ashish, in that case is that this is a text column, Ashish.
Right.
So you'll have to change the data type from text to date. And that would only happen if there is no data in it.
Okay.
But since it already contains the data, so that modification of data type is not possible at all.
Okay, got it.
I think if we delete
this.
Yeah, sorry. Satish,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I think this is only the question. So this column will stay like as it is, or
we can
delete it.
Yeah, alter table loans drop column application date.
So it will not impact the app data.
So it's no more required, right?
No more required.
Okay.
Got it, guys?
Got it, Pratik.
All right. Okay, guys. Thanks everybody who answered proactively when I asked you to answer. Thank you. Let's look at this thing again. Select star from customers. I'm sure everybody has understood what it does. And I think everybody has understood one more important thing here, that you can write the database name dot the table name, right? Or
yes,
if you know that you're using that particular database either in Pop SQL or over here, you know that you can skip that also, right? And now I'm going to take my interface. I'm going to change it to Pop SQL because some of the folks are using Pop SQL. So just going to bring a few things here. So if you notice here, we are of course using this and describe this. Good. Now, where clause, what where clause does is that it helps you to, I don't know why it's so light. I'll go back over there. Sorry, it's very light there. It's not, I'm not sure whether it is visible properly. So where clause will help you to filter, right? So where loan start is equal to Y and loan amount is greater than 200, right? So,
right.
Yeah, if I run this statement here, I get only those loans which are approved. You can see the loan start is equal to Y, right? Now, even up until now, you have not understood a lot of things. Now onwards, also, if you focus on the class, you will be able to do, I would say, 85% of the classes learning. Okay, because now the focus would be a lot on extracting the data, manipulating the data, and not so much about creating a column, removing a column, being worried too much about data preparation. Now we are actually playing the analyst hat here. Okay, we're putting down our analyst hat. If you notice here, we have written and. That means both these conditions would be met, right? If you write or, then it would be this condition or that condition. We have already seen how do we handle different cell values. We have seen, for text values, we have put them, for all the values except for integer and binary values, true and false.
Boolean, yes.
Everything under pair or double quotes. Okay.
Pratik, have you removed the table from the loan underscore new?
No, I have not removed. I don't know, at times because it's trying to fetch it. It's saying it is fetching. I'm not, at times it gets stuck. It's just an interface problem.
Okay.
It just gets stuck at times. It's still fetching because it's there in the cloud, right? So at times that happens. Anyway, but I know it's working because we know that we can run these statements and get the output. So they are working fine. Now, all the loans with loan amount greater than 300 and loan amount term is more than 300 months. Or, see, now there is an or here. Or, Pradeep, are you with me? Pradeep? Or
yes,
loan
yes.
amount 200. Yeah. So now, even if you have not understood anything so far, it'll be easy to understand all these things. So we are saying that we are looking for only those loans which meet either this condition set or this condition set. See, imagine you are a loan officer, right? You are actually saying that I want to prioritize these kind of loans, where the amount is greater than 300,000 and the loan amount term is this much, or I'm looking for loans which are approved and had amount more than 200. So that's the kind of query that you had, business question that you had, and then you're converting that business question into a SQL question so that you can get the answer out quickly and make your decision. So here, what I've written is from loans, this condition set under parenthesis. If you remember BODMAS rule in your school classes BODMAS rule. The same BODMAS rule is applicable here also. Loan amount greater than 200 and loan amount greater than 300. This is put under pair of parentheses or this condition set. So almost like how we talk. Okay. So this will give you all those loans or those rows from the loans table which meet either of these two condition sets, right? And I had given you guys a few practice sets, so please do work on these questions if you have not worked. Find the loans that are rejected with amount greater than 200. Find the female customers from rural area. List the married customers with no credit card, no credit history, or unmarried customers with income less than 300. Let me do the third question. So from customers this time, I'm interested in where gender is equals to female is given as
Female.
F or what?
All F.
It's full.
Full F capital.
F capital.
Female. I mean, actually, you know what? The case here will not matter. Only the database name and table name is matters.
Okay.
Gender is going to female.
And property area.
No, I'm talking about the third question. With no credit history.
Third, mein,
Okay.
we don't need any female thing, right?
Married person.
Yeah, it's
married
all
is
married
yes.
and unmarried. This
Right.
is what I have.
Status, right?
You have column like married only.
No, but we have to describe gender also.
That is different.
This is the question I'm trying to do.
Married is equal to yes.
So yeah, married is equals to
Colon yes.
yes or Y?
Yes, why yes.
Yes.
You have written yes. And credit history.
Just give me a second. Yeah, and credit history
equal to 0.
0.
Or false.
False. So this is one condition set. Then there is an or statement, or unmarried customers with income less than 5,000. So for or, so I'll put that into parenthesis, one condition set. Or second condition set is married is equals to no and credit history.
Oh, application income. Applicant income less than 5,000.
And for such customers, let's say I select cust ID, gender, married, applicant income, credit history.
Okay.
So when I run this statement, yeah, don't worry about this blob thing here. It doesn't show up properly in my SQL workbench, the true and false column, but it is fine. And then you can export it both from here. You can export this data into an Excel CSV file and then do whatever charting that you want to do. And in Pop SQL as well, you can export any data. You get an export button here. You can export it into a CSV file.
So Pratik, I want to ask one question. In this credit history is equal to, can we write credit history is equal to 0?
You can. False is same as 0 because it's a binary value.
Okay.
So these are the mathematical operators, plus, minus. For multiplication, we have asterisk. For division, we have this. And for remainder, remember remainder, mod. So 5 divided by 2, the remainder will be 1.
Yes, yes.
Right.
Mod, remainder. And then logical operators are these: greater than, less than, equals to, greater than, equals to, not equals to. Now, if you notice here, SQL by default is also a calculator, because it follows all the mathematical rules. That's the best part about it. So select loan ID, loan amount, comma, loan amount multiplied with this amount. So of course, suppose if I remove this, if I run this statement, what this will do is it will give you the loan amount multiplied with this. Do you see this, guys?
Okay.
But it has decimal portions. So what it can, and plus it's a derived column, it's a calculated column. Hence there is no column name here, right? So that is why what you can also do is that you can create a temporary alias name, column alias name with the help of as let's say new loan amount.
So how is it different to create a new column?
Yeah, this select statement will not go ahead and create any column. It's just displaying this column's output under this label, Faisal.
So is it a output column?
Yeah, just a derived output, and we have just given it a label. It's like when I did not give you, it gave me this expression, right? Now I just give it a name. Sanjeev.
Okay,
It doesn't exist in the table, but what result we are extracting, it's showing the way.
Like in Excel, you have pivot tables, right?
Yes. Same.
Yeah.
It's much easier, in fact.
So, and the best part here is, Sanjeev, you don't have to do it multiple times. You write it once, you reuse. I mean, whatever complex loan formula you want to write, you write that formula once, right? And then you can distribute to the team.
Yeah. In fact, I mean, as compared to the coding what we were doing, it's quite very easy. Just a line.
Just a line.
Just one thing, Prateek. If I want to do a simultaneous job to round up this loan amount into.
What you can do is there is a round function. Round this comma 0. Let's just same as Excel. Round this expression's output comma 0.
Yes, but this was not okay.
I get point.
Somehow this was not showing up the result. I'm not sure. It is working fine with Shweta. Shweta has just messaged me, but it's not showing in my SQL.
I mean, if you're working on the right database, it will. There's no reason why.
Okay.
So let's look
try
at
again.
It. Yeah. Let's look. So by the way, one more important thing about as here, even if you don't write as and just give a space, that alias gets, I mean, then also it is fine. But I would suggest write as because not all databases are so versatile in nature. Now, this was a practice question where I had asked you to create, to show a credit index column by doing this calculation, which is multiplying credit history into applicant income into number of dependent divided by half. So for that, select star, meaning select all the columns, comma, then this is the derivation column, like we are deriving it, and showing the output as credit index. You can see as credit index. So shows everything, extracts all the column, and then show the credit index at the end.
0. Okay.
Not
okay. Sorry. Right.
Yeah. Now, just like in Excel, we have functions, and SQL as well, we have functions. So I am going to upload one document which contains almost all the all the MySQL built-in functions. MySQL functions are divided into numeric functions, are also divided into date functions, like string to date is also one of the date functions. And then we have string functions, some of which we will discuss definitely, and some advanced functions are there. Do you need to remember all of them? No, you don't need to remember all of them. And if you select any one of these functions, you can actually go to that function and see what it does. For example, here, if you go, it'll open the link to that W3 schools website. So a function looks like this, a function name and an opening and closing parenthesis. A function will always return something, right? For example, round 8.89 comma 1 will round it up to one decimal place and output will be 8.9, right? So as I said, the functions are for numeric calculation, data time, string calculation, cleanup, manipulation, and advanced function. Look at this round, seal, and floor function. Very interesting. So before I explain you this, let me conceptually make you understand what round function will do. Round, we all know what round will do. Let's say round of 8.89 comma 1 will give you 8.9. Seal, which gives you next whole number. That means if you write 8.1, right? And seal, then it will give you 9. And floor,
8
will give you previous whole number. Okay. These calculations or these things can be helpful when you're creating a algorithm or when you're creating a rule, right? So like a formula. So look at this seal of this. So yeah, that's what we have done here. And we have given them as alias names, you know. This was the original loan amount. And then we multiplied the loan amount with this fractional value and rounded it up to one decimal place. So this is the new loan amount with one decimal place of accuracy. And the next whole number is 48.6, next whole number 49, 29.3, next whole number is 30. Previous whole number is 48.6, the previous whole number is 48, and so forth. Is it making sense, guys?
Yes, Pratik.
Got it? How to find remainder? Now look at this. 92 mod 10 or 92% 10. 92 mod 10 meaning you divide 92 by 10, right? What will be the remainder?
2.
So you can either use mod operator or you can use mod symbol. Sorry, mod clause and mod operator. Both works. It'll give you the remainder. And div will give you the quotient. So if you remember the long division formula from your school days, if you divide 92 by 10, then this is your remainder, which you get using mod. And this is your quotient or divisor that you get using div. Is this clear?
Yes.
Now, there are some common date functions that we use. Just like in Excel, we have date functions. Like similarly, here also we have date functions. So there is a date function called as date diff. It gives you the difference between end date and start date. Gives a difference between the two dates in terms of number of days. They will extract the day out of the given date. Month will extract the month out of given date, and year will extract the year out of given date. Clear?
So Pratik, here the date difference, it has to be the SQL date or any date?
No, SQL, MySQL understandable date.
So we need, if it's not that, then we have to convert it and create a column and then do the calculation.
Absolutely. But now you will be able to do it because I've done that, Sanjeev, for you. Unless you're using a local database.
Okay.
So if you notice here, date diff current date. Now, what does current date function do? What do you guys think? Current underscore date function.
Today's date.
Today's date.
It gives you today's
System date.
System date. Okay. So today's date and app date. Right. So this will give you loan age in number of days. Clear, guys?
Can we format this difference in another format? As
Can we format
maybe loan age in months.
Oh, yeah, you can. And for that we have there's another function called as timestamp difference, where you can define the difference that you want in terms of what unit: day, month, year, hour, minute, second, weekday. What do you want the difference in? So say for example, timestamp diff month, app date, comma, current date. What do you think this will give you?
This will give
Difference in sum
a
of month.
difference in a month.
So it will give you the loan age in months. Got it?
All right.
And here, if I change to year, it'll give you the loan age in number of years. And by the way, this day, month, and week function, right? So, for example, app date. So this day will extract day from the date, and month will extract month, and year will extract year. Day, month, and year. Do you understand this, guys?
Great.
Okay, now, and similarly, we have a weekday function. It extracts the day of the week and gives you a value between 0 and 1. 0 would mean Monday, and 0 and 6. 0 will give Monday, and 6 will give you Sunday.
Pratik, can you please explain how we will find the age of the loan again?
Using timestamp diff. So year, right? Timestamp diff year, that means find the difference between this start date, which is application date, and this end date, which is current date, Ankita.
Okay.
So I think we can use year, month, day, I mean, whatever we want to at the first place where we type year. Okay.
We can.
Like we want to see how many years or how many months or how many days, something like that.
Like what?
I mean,
Like
the age of.
Like here, how many years are completed and how many months are completed?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm confused with this question.
This one, year is easy. A month is something we need to mod 12, and then extra month will be calculated.
So you'll have to mod it. You see, I'll give you the technique. Okay, I'll not do it for you. Let's say if there is a baby whose age in number of months is 38 months. If you want to convert that into how many years this baby has completed, then you will divide it by 12, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then this will show you the completed years. And this will show you the remaining months. That means extra months. So that means 3 years and 2 months. You understand, Ankita?
Yep.
And we just learned that in order to get this quotient, we use diff
and mod.
This we use mod.
Right.
So
Then
now
we can do it.
You will be able to do it.
Yeah, I'll try it again.
Yes, we can do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great then. So guys, what I will also do is distinct and all we can discuss in the next class. I've already taken some extra minutes. What I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to upload one more database in the same server, and the name of the database is school_db. It will have 4 tables in it. It will have 4 tables in it: bridge table, chess table, music table, and the student table. These 4 tables contain some database, some data about the students who are there in the school, students who are playing music, and students who are playing bridge as a sport, students who are playing chess as a game. Okay. And on the basis of these, I'm going to give you a few questions to work upon. 5 or 6 questions only. Okay, select questions, guys. Nothing fancy about it. Overall, it would take you 15-20 minutes, at max half an hour to do these queries. But it'll be a good practice test. There'll be nothing that new that you will have to do other than all these statements, that select statements that we have seen. Is this clear, everybody?
Yes, Pratik.
Yes.
Okay. I will also, for the people, no, okay, that's fine. I think that's enough. I will upload some reference materials on SQL also in the class, in the LMS. Yeah.
Great, Pratik. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Pratik,
I
can
hope
you
you guys-
also
Thank you, Pratik.
can you
Thank you,
also
Pratik.
ping the link wherein you were finding that formulas in SQL? That link.
Oh, yeah. This document.
No, the website.
Yeah.
This-
This contains the links to that website for every function.
Okay.
I get a point. So if you press Control and click on it, it'll open that website.
This is in the LMS, right? You will send this.
I will check if it is already uploaded or not, but I will get it uploaded if it is not uploaded already.
Okay, great.
Pratik, could you please explain the working of on Cascade since it was on pre-assessment question?
It will require a little bit of so I mean, I don't mind if you're going to be there. I mean, but I will not put a restriction that everybody should be there.
We can do in the next class if
We can do it in the next class, or I will find some time to do it later also. Okay, it's really more like a policy decision to take.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I'll find some time. It will take 10 minutes of explanation what that means. Normally I do it as part of the ER diagram class, but I've realized that some people just get it confused, so that at times I miss it also. I skip it also in some of the classes. But I will try and find some time and I will do it.
Does this require primary and foreign key concept?
Yeah.
Okay then.
So essentially, Gunjan, what happens is if you update the change, if you make the changes in the primary key in the parent table, and if you're selected on update cascade while creating the foreign key, then all the foreign key rows in all the dependent tables or the children table will automatically get updated. So we'll talk about it.
Sure. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay then. Thank you, everybody. Great.
Thanks, Pratik.
Thank you, Pratik.
Thank you, Pratik.
Thank you,
Bye bye. Take care.
Very nice class. Thanks.
Thank you, Sanjeev.